Las Vegas was supposed to be immortal, a desert empire powered by lights, luck, and limitless ambition, but something strange is happening under the neon glow. Empty casino floors, quiet hotel lobbies, a skyline once alive with tourists now flickering like a dying sign. Tonight, we're uncovering how the city that never slept is slowly shutting its eyes, and why Vegas might be heading toward the one thing it swore would never happen: irrelevance. They used to say the Strip never slept, that no matter the hour, you could walk out your hotel room and be swallowed by a tide of people, drunk honeymooners, chain-smoking gamblers, selfie-taking influencers, all chasing the same electric dream. But now, that tide has gone out. Walk down Las Vegas Boulevard today, and you'll feel it. The buzz is gone. The air feels thinner. The crowds that once packed every corner have quietly vanished. At first, it looked like a blip. Post-pandemic aftershocks, travel habits shifting, maybe a bad quarter or two. But this isn't a dip, it's a decline. International visitors, once the backbone of Vegas tourism, have plummeted nearly 30% since 2019. Conventions that used to fill the city year-round, from CES to World of Concrete, are downsizing or skipping Vegas entirely. Hotels once bragged about no vacancy signs. Now they quietly close off entire floors to save on cleaning and energy. The numbers tell a brutal story. Airline bookings into Harry Reid International are down, weekday occupancy rates are dropping, and even weekend traffic, once the sacred cow of Vegas tourism, has softened. Locals have noticed it too. Taxi lines that once stretched around the block now sit empty. Street performers stand in front of thinner and thinner crowds, hoping for tips that no longer come. The Strip still shines bright, but behind those lights, the energy is gone. And the blame. It's not a mystery. Tourists are tired of being ripped off. Price gouging has turned the Vegas experience from a weekend escape into a financial ambush. Once you add resort fees, parking, and inflated meals, even a short trip can cost as much as a Caribbean vacation. The cheap, fun fantasy that built this city has been replaced by corporate greed. Every drink watered down, every room fee inflated, every experience turned into a transaction. Then came the social media backlash. Viral videos of $30 bagels, $50 cocktails, and robotic bartenders have exploded across TikTok and Reddit once. And the magic of Vegas has been replaced by outrage and mockery. What was once a dream destination is now a meme, a cautionary tale about how to waste your money. And the result, tourists are voting with their wallets. They're heading to Reno, Phoenix, Austin, Nashville. Cities that still offer fun without the price tag or the cynicism. Even loyal gamblers are staying home, choosing online platforms where the odds feel less rigged and the drinks are free, because they're in their own kitchen. The Strip isn't dead yet, but it's coughing. The sidewalks are emptier, the casino's quieter, and the once roaring nightlife sounds more like a whisper. For a city built on illusion, the biggest trick Vegas ever pulled was convincing the world it could never fade. Now that illusion is starting to flicker. Once upon a time, the casino floor was the heartbeat of Las Vegas, a living organism fueled by laughter, adrenaline, and the occasional cry of victory. Every table told a story, every spin felt like destiny. But in 2025, that heartbeat is slowing down. The lights are still flashing, the machines are still chiming, but something crucial is missing: the people. Casino revenue, once the unshakable pillar of Vegas prosperity, is slipping. Not collapsing overnight, but eroding. Quietly, steadily. The numbers don't lie. Strip gaming revenue fell last quarter, table game attendance is shrinking, and the number of first-time gamblers visiting Vegas has hit an all-time low. The thrill of gambling, the reason this city exists, is fading, and the reasons run deeper than anyone wants to admit. Start with the games themselves. Vegas used to make you feel like you had a shot. Low-limit blackjack, fair odds, a little free drink to keep the courage flowing. Now, the casinos have turned the odds into an insult. Blackjack tables paying 6 to 5 instead of 3 to 2, 000 roulette wheels boosting the house edge to over 7%, and bonus bet gimmicks designed to drain players faster than ever. These aren't games, they're profit machines wrapped in nostalgia, and that nostalgia, it's a evaporating. The dealers are disappearing, replaced by glowing digital terminals. One supervisor now oversees 50 automated blackjack tables, where players stare at touchscreens instead of human faces. It's efficient, sure, but it's also soulless. There's no banter, no camaraderie, no moment where a dealer smiles as you hit 21. The machines don't care, and players can feel it. What's worse, the human dealers who remain are overworked, underpaid, and terrified. Many are juggling double shifts or facing layoffs as casinos chase higher margins through automation. Some of the city's most iconic properties, Bellagio, Caesars, Wynn, have all quietly scaled back their staff, replacing human hospitality with chatbots and kiosks. The tables might look busy on the surface, but peek behind the curtain and you'll see a skeleton crew keeping the illusion alive. Even high rollers are starting to walk away. They don't want to spend thousands in a room full of machines when they can get private treatment in Macau or Dubai, where service still means something. Vegas was built on the promise of risk, but it's now run by algorithms. The edge, the emotion, the human spark, gone. And that's the cruel paradox. And the casinos thought they could cut their way to higher profits. But by killing the soul of the game, they've killed the excitement that brought people here in the first place. Gambling used to feel like a story. Now it feels like a spreadsheet. The house might still win, but if no one's playing, what's the victory worth? Because while the casino floors go quiet, a new silence is spreading beyond the strip, one that's creeping into the neighborhoods themselves. Entire communities built to support this industry are starting to crumble, and that's where our story heads next. Drive 10 minutes off the strip and you'll see it. Rows of beige stucco houses baking under the Nevada sun. For years, this was the dream. Cheap mortgages, endless sunshine, and a job at a nearby casino that could pay the bills. But in 2025, that dream is collapsing faster than a blackjack hand gone wrong. The tourists may be leaving, but so are the locals. Las Vegas, once the fastest growing city in America, is bleeding residents. On paper, the housing market still looks strong. Median home prices hover near record highs. But that number hides the truth. The demand isn't coming from families or workers anymore. It's investors. Faceless LLCs buying up homes to flip or turn into Airbnbs. What used to be neighborhoods are now ghost zones of empty rentals, each one waiting for a tourist who never comes. Locals can't compete, and those who stay are drowning in rent hikes. In 2019, you could rent a one-bedroom for under $1,000. Now, you're lucky to find anything below $2,600. Service workers, the backbone of this city, are stretched to the breaking point. Bartenders, housekeepers, and dealers are doubling up on roommates or leaving town altogether. The irony? The very people who built Vegas can no longer afford to live in it. Drive through once booming suburbs like Henderson or North Las Vegas and you'll see the signs. For sale posts that never come down, overgrown yards, half-finished developments frozen mid-construction. The cranes have stopped swinging. The dream homes have become desert mirages. Even the mega corporations that once poured billions into real estate are quietly pulling back, spooked by softening demand and rising mortgage defaults. Meanwhile, the short-term rental boom has backfired spectacularly. Thousands of homes converted into Airbnbs now sit empty, generating no income as tourism wanes. Neighborhoods that once echoed with children playing now echo with silence and the occasional hum of an air conditioner in an empty house. Locals call them zombie homes, not abandoned, but lifeless. And when residents leave, the city's fragile ecosystem starts to crumble. Local diners close, schools lose funding, police and fire services struggle with fewer tax dollars. What was once a thriving community begins to hollow out. The strip may still glitter, but just a few miles away, Vegas feels like a ghost town in the making. It's not just about economics, it's about morale. People came here chasing opportunity, a second chance, a better life. But with housing unaffordable, jobs unstable, and tourism in decline, that promise has turned to dust. And every U-Haul truck headed out of town is another sign that the desert is reclaiming what man tried to conquer. Vegas always sold the illusion of abundance, of winning, thriving, living large. But now, the illusion is cracking, and what's underneath is empty space. Because when the workers vanish, the middle class follows, and that's when the city's foundations truly begin to give way. There was a time when Las Vegas represented something rare in America, a middle-class miracle. You could wait tables at a buffet, deal blackjack, clean hotel rooms, and still own a home, drive a decent car, and send your kids to college. Vegas wasn't just a tourist town, it was a working-class dream that actually worked. But that dream has flatlined. In 2025, the middle class of Las Vegas is dying, slowly, painfully, and publicly. And the numbers are brutal. Average wages in hospitality haven't kept pace with inflation in over a decade. Rent is up 40% since 2020. Groceries have jumped nearly 25%. And those casino jobs that once guaranteed stability, they're being erased by automation and corporate consolidation. Bellhops replaced by kiosks, concierges swapped for chatbots, bartenders replaced by drink dispensing robots. For the people who made the city hum, the math no longer works. A hotel housekeeper earning $18 an hour can't afford a $1,600 rent and $6 gas for the commute. A blackjack dealer pulling 40 hours a week now gets half the tips they used to because fewer players sit down and those who do barely win. Many workers are taking second jobs, cleaning Airbnbs at night, or driving ride shares until dawn. Vegas is turning into a town where no one can afford to stop working, yet no one's getting ahead. And it's not just individuals breaking down, it's the entire fabric of the community. Small businesses that thrived on steady local spending are shuttering. The neighborhood diner where casino workers used to eat after their shift, gone. The family-owned car wash on Tropicana, gone. When the working class disappears, so does the heartbeat of the city. Meanwhile, corporate profits are at record highs. The same casino chains cutting jobs are spending billions on AI upgrades, sports stadiums, and immersive luxury experiences. It's a stunning disconnect. Executives cashing bonuses while the people who built their empire line up at food banks. Vegas has always been about illusion. But this is something darker, the illusion that the city is thriving while its people quietly drown. The social toll is visible, schools are understaffed, crime is creeping up, once safe neighborhoods feel uneasy at night, and the sense of community, that scrappy pride that made Vegas resilient through every recession, is fading. Ask a lifelong local what keeps them here, and most will pause before answering, because here's the truth. When the middle class dies, a city loses more than just tax revenue. It loses its soul. Vegas was never meant to be a playground for the ultra-rich. It was built by and for ordinary people chasing a shot at something better. That shot is gone, and without it, the lights on the strip start to mean something different. Not hope, not luck, but denial. A bright, flashing distraction from the decay spreading just beyond their reach. But the real collapse isn't just economic or social, it's existential. Because when a city built on eternal optimism starts losing faith in itself, there's only one direction left to fall. Las Vegas was never supposed to die. It was designed to outsmart nature, to build a mirage so dazzling that no one would notice the sand underneath. But in 2025, the illusion is cracking, and the desert is beginning to take back what's hers. The city still glows at night, but look closer and you'll see the rot setting in. Hotels operating at half capacity, entire casino floors dimmed to save on power, construction cranes frozen mid-air, their projects paused indefinitely. The economy that once pulsed with reckless confidence now limps forward on corporate debt and denial. Vegas isn't expanding anymore. It's cannibalizing itself. The irony is almost poetic. The same greed that built Las Vegas is the force now tearing it apart. Casinos once competed for your dollar with cheap buffets and free drinks. Now they compete with fees, surcharges, and digital gimmicks designed to squeeze every last cent. For a while, it worked. profits soared. But by 2025, the math doesn't add up. You can't build loyalty on resentment. You can't sell dreams when everyone knows the trick. And it's not just tourists walking away. Locals, the backbone of the city, are leaving in record numbers. School enrollments are dropping. Small businesses can't find workers. Even the once untouchable casino giants are quietly laying off thousands. The Strip may still flash for the cameras, but beyond it, entire communities are hollowing out. Silent streets, shuttered stores, abandoned developments baking in the sun. Then there's the water, the one problem Vegas can't buy its way out of. Lake Mead, the lifeline of this city, continues to shrink, dipping to levels once thought impossible. Water restrictions are tightening, and new housing projects are being halted outright. For the first time in its history, Las Vegas is confronting the limits of its own survival. Economic, social, and environmental. Investors call it market correction. Locals call it the end of the dream. Either way, the writing's on the wall, and it's glowing red. Vegas built itself on the idea that the party would never end, but you can't party forever when the house always takes more than it gives. What's left is a strange, melancholy beauty. The lights still shimmer, but behind them lies silence. A city too proud to admit it's fading, too broke to fix itself, too addicted to its own illusion to stop. In the end, the desert always wins. The sand will cover the billboards, the neon will go dark, and the only sound left will be the wind, carrying the faint echo of a city that once believed it could outshine the stars. Vegas didn't burn out, it just ran out of luck.